Grace and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a survival bow with some PVC pipe, some cheap driveway markers, and some rope. I'm using this twisted poly masonry or mason line. So, first off, we got a 5-foot length pole here, but these driveway markers are 4 feet, so I'm going to cut this pole down to 4 feet long. You can actually make a bow with just a nice flexible piece of PVC pipe, but if you want it to last for a long time, putting driveway markers helps it retain its flexibility and also makes it last longer, and makes it stronger. You can make it have a higher poundage. So we're going to start here with this 3/4 inch PVC pipe, cutting it down to 4 feet long. So I'll take my measuring tape here, measure out to 4 feet or 48 inches. Oh, don't want it to slip from over there. Mark it. And I'm using no power tools today. I got here my little hacksaw. And I'll hack away at this. Give me just a moment. Don't want it to roll on me. There we go. Now we got this little piece here. You can save that for a project in the future. Maybe make a lightsaber. So there we go. It's a little ugly on the end. I'll grab something to clean it up with. Or you can just use your hand, honestly. Look at that. It's already looking better. Did use a almost new blade inside this hacksaw, in the hacksaw, so it just cuts so easily. So now, the next part is getting your fiberglass rods ready. Give me just 1 second to get some rope, or sorry, some tape. All right, I'm back, guys, and I got some tape here. So basically, we have our driveway marker. Usually, looks like this. Has a little end cap. Just to keep it from getting frayed, the fiber, and then some little label. So I'm going to cut this label off. And I'm going to do that for the rest of these. So give me just a second here. Okay, now we're going to leave one of these just as it is. I'll put up a number on the screen as to how many I end up needing, and I'll also put it in the description for you guys, how many I ended up using. So we got one of these guys, 48 inches. We're going to cut it right in half. I'll take off the end cap on this end, so I can make sure that it's actually 48 inches long. And yeah, checks out, 48 inches long. We're gonna mark it and cut it right in half. If I could find my pencil, it's right over here. Half of 48 is 24. I got it right here, marked halfway, and I'll cut it with my saw. So give me just a second. Some people like to wear gloves because the fiberglass can splinter, and it gives you tiny little shards that make it itchy. All right. So we got half pieces. So a full one, a half one. The idea is to go smaller and smaller. I did, let me think, we could do half of another one. Some people would actually say to have one that's just a little bit more than the other two. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that too well. I have the really short one here in my hands. Got another one in my hands. Just a second, please. Alright, guys. So what I was trying to say earlier was you can add more driveway markers and more sections and more sizes coming down. I did basically one full-length one, half of that one, and half of that one. So I have a 6-inch, 12-inch, I'm sorry, a 12-inch, 24, and 48-inch. In order to add more strength to all of it altogether, you can do more pieces or add pieces that are a size in between each one. I'm just doing this to make it as simple as possible. So this one came with an end cap on one side, and on the one I cut, ended up with an extra end cap. We're just going to put that over the other end. And then I'm going to find the middle of each piece, mark it out, and we're going to tape it all together like that. So let me get on that. So half of the 48-inch piece is 24 right here. Half of 24 is 12 right here. And half of 12 is 6 right here. I got them all marked out. What I'm going to do is, hold on, where is the mark? Put them all together and put a little piece of tape and wrap it and hope that it doesn't come apart from that middle part. We got them marked like that. Then I'm going to wrap it, make sure that they don't come apart. There is better types of tape you could be using. I'm using masking tape because that's what I have on hand, but I definitely recommend you use electrical tape or some other, or maybe even duct tape. Actually, I think I might have some in the shed, so give me just a second to go get it if I find it. Alright, so I did find some duct tape, which is great because it's a lot tougher than masking tape. I'll make sure this thing doesn't come apart on me. Oh, mosquitoes keep trying to bite me. I'm gonna that one off right there. That off. And then I had a little piece of duct tape that I put there in order so that they don't shift when I cut off the green tape. Probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal if they did. I could have just moved them back. And I'll put a little piece at each point where it becomes where it's cut off. You see right there, that step down. Wrap it a little bit. And I'll go ahead and do that for the rest of these, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. Well, I got this all taped up. I'm going to set it aside. And now it's time to prepare our pipe. Basically, we have to choose which side's going to be the front, which is going to be the back. And then we have to scratch in with a file the notches in which our bow line, right, it's gonna sit. Bowstring, sorry. I do have these end caps that are going to go on here. I'm going to try to make this as permanent as possible. Probably going to leave one side open. One side I'm going to cement closed just to see what's the best weight for me to draw it back and such. And then I'll fully seal it once I get to where I like it. So I got these on there just to see where exactly I want my string to sit. And I obviously want to make sure that this doesn't rotate on me, because I want to get it even. Don't want to scratch in a line. It turns out that's not where I wanted it. Alright, so this side up, other side will be the downside. And then I'll, as evenly as possible, mark out the areas. And I'll get to, actually I'll get started right now. I'll take this end cap off, and then I'll, oh, it's getting tough on there. There we go. I'll get this as straight as I can, and then I'm going to make it frown down a little bit. Just so that it doesn't let go of my string when I finally string it. Pull it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. And I'll do the other side. Well, guys, I got the notch scratched in for the bowstring. Now I'm gonna put one of the end caps on all the way, and then I'm going to insert our core that we made into the bow as well. Goes in all the way right there, just fine. And I'll close it up. So there we go. The next step, take the bowstring. Typically for this style of bow, because it's not a recurve, it's going to be about 3 inches shorter than the bow. That's typical. It also depends on the flex and the distance between the bow and the bowstring when it's been put in. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to tie one end into a loop, and then see how long I need to make it from there. And I'll get right back to you when I'm done with that. Looks like it just might be the right length. Looks like I got just the right length. Let's give it a shot about stringing it. Alright, so I got my string here. I'm gonna string this for you guys real quick. Alrighty. Check it out. There's our bow. You can put reference marks for wherever you want to hold it. Pull it back. And because I didn't glue the end caps, I can finagle with the fiberglass rods on the inside until I get to the point where it's just right for me. If it's too strong, don't feel bad about changing it. If it's not strong enough, put some more in there. I think I'm going to remove my fiberglass rods and maybe put 1 or 2 instead of the 3 bundled together. Do a smaller combination so it's not so tough for me. But, well, there you go. That's how you make your own DIY DIY bow. And you can even make your own arrows. I showed in a video how you can do that. And you can also use fiberglass rods to make your own. Or just go to the dollar store or find some cheap dowels. Not dollar store, hardware store. But there you go. Thanks guys for sticking to the end of the video. I always appreciate it. Let me know if you guys want to see more things that have to do with bow and arrows, projectile weapons for survival, that sort of stuff. Today's scripture reading comes to us from the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19 to 24. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within is your darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve 2 masters. Either you will hate one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Thank you once again. I always appreciate your views, and God bless.